This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
Okay, everybody, we have a final here tonight from Cadillac High School. The Vikings unable to hold off Petoskey. Petoskey with a Big North Conference win off of a pretty strong game by five players as far as points wise. Just an overall real strong game. Petoskey defensively and crashing the offensive glass. Vikings unable to keep them off the glass throughout the game. Added up to a lot of defensive time by the Vikings and second chance opportunities and putbacks by Petoskey. Leading the way tonight for Petoskey, senior Nathaniel Spetafor with 17 points. Next, and again, these are all unofficial, coming off the bench, Nathaniel Rodriguez with 10, Jade Spurgeon with 9, Keaton Walker with 7, and Gabe Whitmore with 5, John McCloskey and Isaiah Groh with 2 each. Overall, Petoskey missed a couple of free throws to start the game, and then in the fourth quarter, as the Vikings were forced to send them to the free throw line, unofficially they go 7 for 9 from the free throw line in the last little bit of this game.
Yep, and that puts nothing you can do when you shoot pretty well. Cadillac, they were 6 for 9 in the entire game for free throws. They did hit 8 three-pointers, only 7 two-point field goals, so they struggled. They struggled getting the ball in the paint, and like you said, the main factor was Petoskey's ability to get the ball off the offensive rebound and give themselves some second chance points. For Cadillac tonight, Kel Mickelson led the way with 11 points. Charlie Rundstrom had a pretty good offensive game with 10 points, and Tip Baker had 9. Levi Klotz and Aiden Raphael both had 5. Evan Bohr and Logan Wild each with 2. So 7 kids scored for the Vikings tonight. Everybody who they would expect to score got in the scoring column, but I'm sure they would have liked to get a few more from some of them.
Yeah, they had some pretty good open looks from the three-point line at some big points in the game and just weren't able to really make them. And,
Yep.
When you're behind, that shot's a lot harder than when you're up by 5 or 6.
Yeah, Petoskey did a good job of getting their hands on balls tonight. I think they blocked like 3 or 4 three-pointers, and that almost does something to your head when you shoot if you get blocked a couple times.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, we want to remind everybody of a couple of events coming up here at the high school gym. The Coaches versus Cancer games for both boys and girls. The boys play January 22nd. The girls on February 12th. We hope you can make it in to the gym for those games. And, it's just an awesome celebration with proceeds going to the American Cancer Society. Also, coming up next week, Friday, I got to check on my date on this. I'm wrong on this. I'll have to check on the date, everybody, is the veterans, honoring the veterans ball game coming up.
Yeah,
with the proceeds going to the veterans, serving veterans in Veterans Park. That game is the Salute to Service game. That's coming up also. If you want to get a hold of Cadillac High School, they will steer you when that is. And also, the Viking Boosters have asked that we pass on that their annual fundraiser this year. It's the Night at the Races Meets the Millionaire, and that's coming up in February on the 9th. And you can call the athletic office, Cadillac Visitors Bureau, or Above and Beyond Screen Printing for more information and tickets for that.
So Cadillac is going to move to 4-4, and they're going to go to Benzie next week. Petoskey, on their hand, moves to 7-3, and they are headed up to Sheboygan next Tuesday also. So both games next Tuesday, and Sheboygan is a non-league opponent as well as Benzie. but there will be some league games in the near future for each team, and the Big North race is still open. I mean, this is a
early
year.
near.
Yeah, there's not going to be a 2 or 3 win team probably. Maybe there will, but Alpena is in front right now, and they kind of have the target on their back as they're going to play some tough Central and Petoskey and even Cadillac here at home one more time.
We want to make sure we thank our director tonight, Heather Stilson, and Autumn Rodriguez doing all of our graphics. Our camera operators, Damian Brooks, Robbie Hunt, and Zach Wiggins. And our sponsors, Jason?
Yeah, the presenting sponsor tonight is Cadillac Castings, Cadillac Tire, Fox Motors of Cadillac, and finally Pizza Plus.
All right, so that's going to wrap up our show. Final score, Petoskey 56, Cadillac 44. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast here on 26 Sports and CCTV as much as Jason and I have enjoyed giving it to you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.